JBN, we keep you informed. Coming up in the news today, 2 killed in motor vehicle crashes in St. Elizabeth. Extortionists killed on the job on back road. 4 firearms seized in different parishes. Police appeal amid 3 suspected suicides since Friday. Municipal corporations to get educational grant to assist the poor. And EOJ to draw on outsiders to man East Portland poll. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. 2 killed in motor vehicle crashes in St. Elizabeth. 2 people were killed in separate motor vehicle crashes in St. Elizabeth on Friday night. Dead are Paul Richards of Buckland, Maple, Clarendon, and 23-year-old Demar Dunkley of New Building Lane, St. Elizabeth. According to the Black River Police, about 7:30 p.m., Richards was one of 3 individuals traveling in a motor truck on the Font Hill Main Road in the parish towards Black River when the driver lost control of the vehicle, which overturned. All 3 persons received multiple injuries and were taken to the hospital, where Richards was pronounced dead and the others were admitted for treatment. Meanwhile, about 10:35 p.m. on Friday night, Dunkley, a bauxite plant operator, was driving a Honda Fit motorcar towards Balaclava in St. Elizabeth when he reportedly lost control of the vehicle, which crashed into a tree. Dunkley sustained multiple injuries and was taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The police are investigating both incidents. Extortionists killed on the job on back road. The St. Catherine South Police have reported that last Wednesday's fatal shooting of a man, who has since been identified only as Short Man of the infamous Umbrella Gang in Portmore, was a major breakthrough into an ongoing extortion racket targeting prostitutes along the red light district of Back Road, officially Port Henderson Road in the parish. Reports are that about 12:30 p.m. a police team from the St. Catherine South Division was engaged in a standoff at an hotel along Back Road, during which Short Man was shot and killed. A revolver was recovered during the incident, in which a policeman from the division's Special Operations team was also shot. The officer was hit in the throat and had to be hospitalized for the injury. Short Man has been identified as having been a henchman of the Umbrella Gang, who was part of a network of men in the business of demanding extortion money from prostitutes along the Back Road. Reports are that when the demands were not met, the prostitutes were subjected to savagery, including knife slashes through their faces. 4 firearms seized in different parishes. 4 firearms were seized by police over the weekend, although no arrests were made in any of the discoveries that took place in different parishes. The police just missed nabbing a suspect on McCarthy Street in Montego Bay, St. James on Sunday morning. The suspect escaped, leaving behind a floral knapsack containing a CZ-75 semi-compact 9mm pistol with an empty magazine. He was the pillion rider on a motorcycle, the driver of which had disobeyed a one-way sign and was spotted by a police patrol team. Upon being signaled to stop, the motorcycle was slowed down, but the driver then sped off after the pillion had disembarked. The pillion was chased into a yard but escaped, leaving the knapsack with the gun behind. That seizure formed part of a successful weekend for the police, as 2 firearms, including an AK-47 rifle, were seized in the St. Catherine North and Kingston Eastern Police Divisions on Saturday, while another gun was seized in Manchester on Friday. Police appeal amid 3 suspected suicides since Friday. The Negril Police in Westmoreland are seeking the public's assistance to identify the body of a woman that was found in Whitehall housing scheme in the parish on Saturday, March 2. This is amid an appeal from the police force in the face of 2 cases of suspected suicide on Friday. The body found in Negril appears to be in the late 20s or early 30s and is of dark complexion, slim built, and is about 165 centimeters or 5 feet 5 inches tall. The body has several tattoos and was clad in a grey pullover and camouflage pants. Reports from the Negril Police are that about 7 a.m. residents saw the woman's body hanging by the neck in an unfinished section of a house and called the authorities. The police responded and the body was cut down and removed to the morgue. The scene was processed by personnel from the Area 1 Technical Services team. Investigators have so far gleaned that the woman was known by residents as Flowers and are treating the incident as a case of suicide pending the outcome of a post-mortem examination. The investigators are appealing to persons to provide any information that may be able to assist them by calling the Negril Police at 876-957-4268, the Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. The development came a day after two other suspected suicides in St. Mary and St. Andrew, which led the police to issue a public appeal on Sunday. In the appeal, the police urged persons who may be suffering from mental health issues, including depression, to seek help. The appeal said the Jamaica Constabulary Force (JCF) offers counseling services through its domestic violence intervention centers, located at the Constant Spring and Matilda's Corner police stations, both in St. Andrew. The centers are said to be staffed by trained professionals who are able to do evaluations and make recommendations as necessary. The aim of the centers is said to provide help for persons affected by domestic violence. However, they were recommended as good points of contact for any person who may need help dealing with a mental health issue. The JCF said the appeal comes against the background of several incidents, including suicides in recent times. In the St. Mary incident on Friday, a woman is suspected to have killed herself by ingesting a pesticide. She reportedly also attempted to kill her 3-year-old son by feeding him some of the poisonous substance. According to investigators, information gathered so far indicates that the woman, who has been identified as 29-year-old Raquel Somerville of Orangefield in the parish, may have been suffering from depression. The child is said to have so far survived the poisoning and is in stable condition at the hospital. Domestic issues are believed to have played a role in an incident on Whitehall Avenue, St. Andrew, on Friday, which left 2 persons dead. They are Susan Peranda, otherwise called Susie, of Whitehall Avenue, and 49-year-old Gary Puran of Chesterville Avenue, Kingston 20, who were reportedly at home on Whitehall Avenue when an argument developed between them. Investigators believe that Puran, who is a licensed firearm holder, shot Peranda and then shot himself. Incidents like these are usually precipitated by several signs, and the police are urging persons not to ignore signals and to seek help for friends and/or family members as soon as possible. Persons can make inquiries at their local clinic or contact the mental health unit of the Ministry of Health. The police also stand ready to help in any way possible, the JCF appeal urged. Municipal corporations to get education grant to assist the poor. The Ministry of Local Government and Community Development are to provide an educational grant valued at $1.5 million to the Poor Relief Department of each municipal corporation in the 2019-2020 financial year. Portfolio Minister Desmond McKenzie says the money is to provide support to children of poor families who display outstanding academic performance at the primary and the secondary levels. The minister was speaking at the 3rd staging of the Board of Supervision Scholarship Awards and Recognition Ceremony held at the Jewel Runaway Bay Beach and Golf Resort in St. Anne on Friday. What some of you students will be getting here today is a small token, but the Poor Relief Department recognized that there is a need to give you the kind of support that is required. Come April, the ministry, out of funds, whether from the property tax or the equalization fund, will now provide an education grant to the Poor Relief Department of each municipality of $1.5 million, he said. The minister further informed that an educational program will be designed to improve the visibility of the Poor Relief Department in the lives of our young people when it comes to education. McKenzie emphasized that education is the only vehicle to upward mobility and a key component to Jamaica's economic development. Any prospect for growth in the economy or any expansion of growth has to be predicted on an educational system that is going to turn out people who can be productive, he said. The Scholarship Awards ceremony recognized children whose parents are clients of the Board of Supervision. 64 students who achieved high academic performance in the 2018 Grade 6 Achievement Test GSAT, Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination CAPE, and Caribbean Secondary Examination Certificate CSEC received awards at the ceremony. The Board of Supervision is a statutory body operating under the portfolio of the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. It was established under the Poor Relief Act to supervise and monitor the delivery of the poor relief service through the municipal corporations. This service includes the maintenance and supervision of the island's infirmaries, drop-in centers, and the registered poor. EOJ to draw on outsiders to man East Portland poll. Although electronic voting will not be used in the pending Portland East election, almost all election day workers will be drawn from outside the parish to ease concerns about possible irregularities in the high-stakes constituency race. Director of Elections Glasspool Brown said the specialist manual system will be ironclad. What this means is that, except for the poll workers' record keepers, all election day workers will be from outside of the constituency, Brown said on Friday. The Electoral Office of Jamaica (EOJ) implemented the Electronic Voter Identification Ballot Issuing System (EVBIS) in the 1990s to circumvent manual platforms that were vulnerable to electoral fraud. With EVBIS, registered electors are identified and verified at the polling station by using their fingerprints, after which authenticated ballots are produced. The elector would then proceed as before to mark the X with a pencil on the paper ballot issued. According to Brown, presiding officers, supervisors, and election day workers will be supplied by the EOJ. The EOJ's head office will marshal the day's activities, which will be different from normal elections where all officials will be from within the constituency, said Brown. Close to 250 will be working that day for the 127 polling divisions, and we have submitted a budget for $28 million to the Ministry of Finance. We don't anticipate any problems getting it, he said. The EOJ boss said that there will be 36,315 people eligible to cast ballots in the constituency. The present number represents an increase of 1,119 electors, up from 34,396 valid voters in 2016. The poll will be run on the November 2018 voters list. The EOJ is currently in the process of re-verifying the list for the May 2019 publication. Only individuals on the voters list will be eligible to vote. The People's National Party (PNP) has named its young Vice President Damien Crawford to fill the Portland East vacancy caused by the murder of Member of Parliament Linvale Bloomfield at his Pastor Gardens home on February 2. Crawford will be challenged by the Jamaica Labour Party's Anne-Marie Vaz, wife of Portland West MP Darrell Vaz. Crawford, a legislator in the Upper House, is a former MP for St. Andrew East Rural, now represented by the JLP's Juliet Holness. A medical doctor by profession, Bloomfield first won the seat in 2011. Despite losing the delegate selection leading up to the February 2016 general election, he retained the seat, polling 8,606 votes, or 57% of the ballot, while the JLP's Darren Wood received 6,330 votes, or 41.9%. There were 107 rejected ballots. 15,110 of the 34,396 eligible voters exercised their franchise in 2016. Only 44% voter turnout was recorded by the EOJ. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.